Hello everyone, this is Chad the Gaming Dad from Dad's Games. Today we are looking at a Famicom game that never made it to the West, Mini-Putt. To be fair, we need to start off by saying that this game was made by Accolade, and that they had put it on so many different platforms, PCs, Commodore 64s, all over the place. It eventually made its way to the Famicom. It seems strange, though, that the fact that it was on so many different platforms makes it unusual that it never made it to the actual Nintendo Entertainment System here in the West. When you look for this game, there actually is an English version of it available, and really the only difference is the loading screen. Everything in this game is identical, whether you have the Japanese or the English translated one. Everything's identical except for the floating title at the beginning. All the rest is the same. And even the Japanese version only has Japanese letters in the title. All the rest of the game is in English. So Nintendo, they have a history of not releasing games in the West due to the fact that they thought that they were too difficult and people wouldn't like them over here. That's why we got our version of Super Mario Bros. 2 instead of the actual one. You know, the actual one that has since been released here and is called Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels. So maybe Mini-Putt was considered too hard or something. It's really not an easy game, but I totally would have played this back in the day. And in fact, it's really great to play with friends now. And also for all of you out there, all of you other gaming moms and dads out there, this is an awesome game to play with your kids. The fact that it is a miniature golf game helps the kids play it because of the walls all the way around. All they really have to do is just hit the ball and watch it bounce all over the place. It's great. But if you play this game and you actually try to get par, good luck. This should be considered the Dark Souls of putt-putt games. Yep, I used the overused Dark Souls reference on a Nintendo Entertainment System putt-putt game. So you start off by selecting whether you want to play a stroke game or skins game, and then you enter your name and select the course. Mini-Putt has 4 different 9-hole courses. There's Traditional, Deluxe, Challenge, and Classic. Then they ask you to select the weather, and to me, I really couldn't see any change no matter what you selected. They give you fine, cloudy, or rainy. I have no idea why there are 2 cloudies in there. I can't figure it out. I tried both of them, but it all looks the same. Actually, cloudy, or rainy, no matter what you choose, anything other than fine, just kind of has a browner tint to the colors, but that's about it. I can't see anything else, and honestly, the ball doesn't seem to move any differently, whether it's rainy, cloudy, or fine. So you begin the game, and this is your standard 3-window setup. The top half of the screen shows an overhead view of the hole that you are playing on, and the lower half is split between the overall map of the current hole that you're on, and then on the side is your golfer with the vertical power meter and the horizontal accuracy meter. Pretty standard for golf games, especially on the NES. Gameplay is very simple. You just move the cursor to aim, and then set your power, and then try to land the accuracy meter right in the center. No problem, right? The power meter actually goes up and down 2 or 3 times before it just automatically selects, but the accuracy meter, you only get 1 chance at that. It doesn't go forward and then come back. If you miss, it goes all the way forward and your shot's going way off to the side. So all in all, pretty simple. Simple to say, that is. It's much harder to actually execute, especially when you need the perfect shot and you miss ever so slightly. Some of these gaps and the holes that you need to hit the ball through are pixel perfect. If you missed by as much as 1 pixel, bam, you bounce right off. And if you're not very lucky, you'll find yourself on one of the little arrows that indicates that there's an elevation change and your ball goes flying. These sloping section and hills on the course are depicted by the arrows on the screen. These arrows don't really look that great, but they are an effective way to give you some idea of the lay of the land on the putt-putt course as you go. And using these curves and hills is essential in the harder levels to sink your putt. Now, if you are lucky enough to hit a hole-in-one, the very first hole that you play is the easiest one. That's the best chance you're going to have a hole-in-one. But if you're lucky enough to actually get a hole-in-one, you get this awesome screen at the end with your golfer giving the peace sign. Yeah, dude! But more often than the awesome screen, the excellent screen, more often than that, you're going to find the other screen, the one that says, give up. You see, if you select training mode, you can have as many shots as you want. But if you just select play to play the courses, you get the give up screen complete with the club smashing action if you take 10 shots without getting the ball in the hole. You just give up. This little golfer guy, he's got a real short fuse and apparently an unlimited amount of putters. Because anytime you give up, smash. But even if you just hit it in the water, check this out. Smash! Really, this game here is a challenge. They lure you in with the first couple of holes, which aren't too bad, and then the difficulty ramps right up. I personally just try to complete the holes in under 10 strokes at this point. But in order to record the gameplay footage for this, I had to go into training mode for some of the holes, just so that you could see the entire hole. Forget about actually getting par. There's actually a hole that even if you hit the ball with full power, you can't even get near the hole in 2 strokes. And the par is 2 on that one. Then you have to put up with the pixel perfect holes. These things are just maddening. And the doors that open and shut, these things are sent to this game directly from hell.
Enjoy my mini-putt.
Then we get to the final course called Classic. This comes complete with obstacles, like an elephant, a windmill, an airplane. Now take a look at the airplane level. Why does there appear to be a way that you can get around the plane, but you can't? It just gets the ball stuck, and you can't get around the plane. This is crazy. And then after you're lucky enough to get past the plane's propellers going around, you actually have to shoot the ball into a cannon at the end, which fires it into the other zone where the hole is. You keep going on the Classic course. There's also a castle, a space shuttle. Yes, remember, this was an 80s game. Space shuttles were everywhere. There's a giant cobra, the Taj Mahal, and then the final hole, which you would think would be the most exciting obstacle, right? What is it, everybody? A log. Yes, kids, it's log. Okay, so check this shot out, right? I was facing the elephant. Just watch, this was a 1 in a million shot. Yep. It never ended. In fact, it would still be going right now if I never reset the game. Had to reset the game to get out of this loop. That's crazy. So the gameplay in Mini-Putt is very hard and frustrating, but it's kind of fun in a weird way. Once you just sink 1 or 2 of the hard putts, I guarantee you're going to be hooked. The other part of Mini-Putt that really stands out to me is the music. The music in this game is amazing. It's some great 8-bit NES tunes. There are a couple different ones for each course, as well as the different music for the scoreboard after each hole, the opening of the game, and don't forget the music during the excellent and give up screens. Honestly, I wish this had a soundtrack I could download. It sounds that good. So, Mini-Putt seems to be the only way to play miniature golf on the NES because I can't find any other games like this. I really can't believe that it was never released here because this really is a great NES game, or should I say, a great Famicom game. Gameplay is hard, but fun once you get the feel for it. The music is awesome, and it's a great way to play with friends and with kids. I honestly don't see any reason why a retro gamer would not want to play this. And I dare you to try to get par. So till next time, remember, you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and this is Dad's Games. Thank you for watching, and so long, everybody.